Here's a question for you. How do you recognize a product or a service that's being supplied by a cooperative? In many cases, you probably can't. And in fact, if it's a quality item that's reasonably priced, available, and supported by people who are responsive to your customer service needs, it probably doesn't matter to you who's supplying it. These are just some of the familiar names of businesses that are also cooperatives. Cooperatives are made up of like-minded people working together to provide a service or a product to meet a common goal. Members of cooperatives own it, they utilize it, they help pay its bills, and they divide up and share any excess funds collected. Take, for example, electric cooperatives. Electric cooperatives are businesses established to provide reliable at-cost electric service to their members, who are the owners of the cooperative. Electric cooperatives are similar in many ways to other types of electric utilities, but they also have a number of distinct differences. Investor-owned utilities are profit-oriented. They return dividends to their shareholders. Municipally owned electric utilities collect extra funds to pay for a portion of the municipal government services. Electric cooperatives, however, are not-for-profit enterprises, so if there are excess funds or margins left over at the end of the business year, those margins are either retained by the cooperative to reduce the cost of any facility expansion or returned to members in the form of a credit on their capital credits account. And that's certainly something different.
I like the not-for-profit concept. The company is giving you something at cost. They're not making a profit. There are no hidden fees. And really, their service is excellent.
When you're a member of a co-op, you get electricity at cost and you get services at cost.
Another fundamental difference about electric utilities is apparent when you compare their business philosophies. Investor-owned utilities want to maximize profits for their shareholders. Their shareholders are primarily interested in making a profit on their investment. Electric cooperatives are organized and run democratically. If you're a member of a cooperative, you have a say in its operation. Members nominate and elect other members to serve on the cooperative board. The board, in turn, oversees the overall direction of the cooperative. So the members of electric cooperatives, through their elected representatives, control its operation, oversee its assets, and reap its benefits, not shareholders and not local governments. Which brings us to one more unique point about electric cooperatives: local access. Some utilities are consolidating or closing down area offices, but locally owned and operated electric cooperatives are different. Electric cooperatives remain a very visible presence in the community they serve, with nearby district offices available to facilitate local service. How important is that to co-op members?
Well, I think it's really easier to solve an issue when a company is locally owned and operated.
It's kind of like having your local police and fire department. It's good to have them when they're nearby.
As opposed to calling somebody up in another state or another city or somewhere, at least you can end up talking to someone in person and they can resolve an issue a lot quicker and be a lot more responsive to that issue.
Co-ops are connected to the communities they serve, and by more than just power lines. Co-op employees live in their respective communities and play important roles there, on the job through school safety programs, economic development partnerships, equipment and material donations, and off the job through community volunteerism and fundraising. The goal, to make the places where co-ops serve pleasant places to live as well. Electric cooperatives also serve as advocates for their membership, working within the political process in Washington, D.C. and in Tallahassee to assure that the collective voices and opinions of the membership are heard by their elected representatives. Not-for-profit, locally owned and operated, democratically run, and a contributor to the well-being of our local communities. We call it the Cooperative Difference. Experience it yourself at your local electric cooperative.